So thank you so much for sticking around and watching the vlog. This part of the video will be the review where I give you my thoughts, some pros, some cons. But before we do that, make sure you click that subscribe button if you're new here to the channel. And here we go. Now, these pros are not in any particular order, but pretty much when you first walk into the Florida Aquarium, you'll notice on the right-hand side is the gift shop. Now, I did give this a pro because this gift shop is a pretty decent sized gift shop with many items and products to choose from. I mean, you have so many stuffed animals, so many books, you know, the typical magnets, but overall, there's a lot of items to buy if you want to have something to remember from your experience at the aquarium. If you don't vlog like me and you have the video footage, you always have something from the gift shop, so be sure to check that out. Now, the second pro, and like I said, it's not in any order, but if you notice from the vlog, you have the inside portion. There's 2 floors, but there's a whole entire outside portion that's kind of on Tampa Bay itself, so you have nice views of the bay and some of the city skyline. But if you notice from the vlog, they have like an entire mini water park slash like water activity. They call it the splash pad, I believe, the splash pad. And if you have children, I mean, I can only imagine how much fun these kids will have. I know if I was a kid, I would definitely be out there. So as you saw, I think those kids were having such a great time. You never expect that at an aquarium. So that addition alone, if you go with the whole entire family, you bring your kids, I think that is the absolute pro. Now, the third pro is that they have a few interactive stations, such as you saw from the vlog, whether if you want to touch jellyfish or other fishes. Me personally, I'm not into touching certain animals, right? So that was my hand that my sister was trying to grab to touch the jellyfish. It's okay, I can see it from here. I don't have to be touching it, right? But if you want to get up close to some of these marine species, then they have that option for you. And I guess another thing I'll add on to that pro with the stations is that they do have some shows that do go on. You just got to find the timing, such as the theater that we went to. We went to like this 4D movie theater where they gave you the glasses. And I do believe it was Happy Feet. They had some clip from Happy Feet. And it was pretty cool. I think they had like spray mist that kind of hit you out of nowhere. I think they had bubbles going on. Keep in mind that I did do this review last year, many, many months ago. So I'm reviewing it now, but typically they do have the same stuff there. The fourth pro is pretty straightforward and obvious, but they do have a lot of species there. I mean, there were many different marine species that I didn't even know they had it, from the big tanks to the even small baby tanks. So it was fun reading along with those informative descriptions and statistics. They have statistics throughout the entire aquarium, which I did find very interesting. Now, my fifth and final pro is that going to an aquarium, you expect to see the huge tanks of some of your very familiar, very popular marine animals, such as sharks, stingrays. And as you saw from the clip in the vlog, they do have a portion towards the end of the layout where you have a decent sized room. It's not massive, but it does show the huge aquarium. And they have a couple of rows where you can sit down. But that's probably the most exciting part for me at the Florida Aquarium, was just being in that huge room with the tank to just see all the fish go by with the sharks and the stingrays. I'm pretty sure there was some type of whale in there, but I don't want to just throw stuff out there and just say that. But that's the part where I felt like most relaxed, where you could just sit back, look at everything going on. What does scare me, maybe if other people think like this, see, I'm about to bring up Final Destination stuff, right? Imagine if something like that cracked. Like, I'm getting off topic here, but oh my God, imagine like a big tank like that just cracked. I mean, where are you going to go? I hope you could swim your way out of there, whatever doorway they got going on. I don't know why I just thought of that. Let's not think negative. Let's think positive and move. We'll see. Hold up now. That was my last pro. Unfortunately, we do got to get into the negative. So in a way, that was a good transition. Yeah, see, I know what I was doing. So we're transitioning to the negatives now, the cons. Unfortunately, I do have 2. Now, one con, like I said, is the layout. So that big tank room was towards the end of the layout. Now, you would think when you go to like a zoo or an aquarium, from my experience, it's kind of like sometimes they have the open layout where just go any direction you want. And in some places, they have like a singular path that you must follow, kind of. And this is kind of how it was at the Florida Aquarium, where you go up the escalators, and the first spot is the wetlands, and you go through the wetlands, and then you get into the actual aquarium inside. And then you pop out kind of like in a big circle where you end up back on the first floor. So by the end of it is interesting once you realize where you're at, but I did find it very, I don't want to say controlling, but it did feel very singular, where you kind of have to just walk along this path. Don't know if I was a big fan of that, because I do like the open idea of just going wherever you want. So I'm gonna give that a con, but that's just my opinion. Maybe other people like that form or structure. Now, the second con is, like I said, the first main attraction on this path once you go up the escalators is this place called the wetlands. Now the wetlands, obviously it's the Florida Aquarium, excuse me. So what they're doing is they're representing all of Florida. This is based in Tampa, right? So it's not just Tampa animals, whatever. No, they're representing all of Florida. The thing with the wetlands, and if you live in Florida, such as myself, they're literally showing you animals that you see on a day-to-day basis. I mean, from ducks, turtles, otters, baby gators, freaking birds. There's birds everywhere. Big birds, small birds. You see birds even on the freaking highway. You'll be driving 80 miles per hour. There's a big bird right there flying with you, straight out of Finding Nemo. I'm telling you. So what I'm getting at is this is why I'm giving it a con, because the wetlands wasn't my favorite attraction to walk through, because I did find it a little dirty. One, because you got these birds that are controlled, but sometimes they do poop. Like you see poop markings on the ground, and I almost stepped on one. So it is a little dirty. I felt like it was congested with, depending on like how many people are there, it does get kind of congested, maybe a little hot too, because it's kind of like an outdoorsy area, although it is covered. So that's like why I wasn't a huge fan of the wetlands and just the animals. It's like animals that I've seen before, although it is fun like interacting somewhat up close, although you can't touch them obviously. So that's why I'm giving that one of the like a big con, a big negative, because my experience, I was really excited to go to this aquarium. I've been living in Tampa for like 10 years. I've never been to the Florida Aquarium. It's the biggest aquarium we have here. And I thought with aquariums that size that you would have nothing but like tanks, nothing but indoor aquarium, actual fish, like water animals, not like dry animals such as, like I just said, like gators, just animals that are kind of on land, in water. I was not expecting that, but I know for some people, especially those maybe out of state, they probably love that appeal of the Florida Aquarium. But just let me know if you kind of agree with me, if you're a resident here, if you kind of feel the same way I do. But it was informative, since I know it is the Florida Aquarium and it's representing all of Florida's animals and nature. So I do understand that, but that's just something that I did notice that maybe I will enjoy and appreciate if I go back and enjoy more. Although, what if you step in bird poop? I mean, that's never a fun time, especially if you're paying like $40 just to get in here. I could step in bird poop outside on my way to the car. Let me stop talking. Let's wrap this up. So with all that being said, I know I did go on a tangent there. Oh my God, I had to stop myself before I went on any further, because Lord knows how many jokes I might come up with out of nowhere, or if I can't come up with a few more cons. But overall, those were the only 2 cons, and it wasn't as bad as I expected. Overall, the pros did outweigh the cons, and I'm really happy about that. I did have a great time just going through the gift shop, although to be honest, I don't think I bought anything. Maybe I bought a magnet, probably not, but I was being cheap that day. But the splash pad was great if you have children. I thought that was a very fun thing to add there, which was so unnecessary, but yet a brilliant idea for the family. And the interactive stations was a fun idea. Although I didn't touch it. It is what it is. And on top of that, you have so many species. And I had a great time with the big tank there, with the big marine animals just swimming on by, doing their thing. So that's what I wanted to see. And they did have that there. Although I did expect more of that, which is fine. That was just my personal preference. But overall, I had a good time there.
You rats with wings!
So vibrating for this channel simply means that I had a good time. It's a B rating, 8 out of 10. But let me know how you guys felt about this aquarium, if you've been before, if this vlog really got you excited and that you want to see, or maybe from my cons that you're like, I'm good. I got my own aquarium that I go to. Let me know down in the comments if you found it helpful or if you've been before. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. If you're new here, like I said before, please subscribe. It really helps the channel. And also like this video if you did find it enjoyable. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.